I'm Ann Webb, Policy Director at Common Cause North Carolina, and these are 5 things you need to know about North Carolina politics this week. Number 1. This week, Republicans in the state Senate introduced yet another bill that would undermine elections in North Carolina. Senate Bill 749 would radically alter the State Board of Elections. It would strip the governor's long-held power to appoint members to the Elections Board and hand that power to the legislature. Senate Bill 749 is just another power grab by politicians that could have profoundly negative consequences for voters. Number 2. Under current law, the bipartisan State Board of Elections has 5 members. 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans, and 1 additional member from the governor's party. Under Senate Bill 749, the State Board of Elections would move to 8 members, with 4 Republicans and 4 Democrats appointed by the legislature. Meanwhile, county boards of elections would shift from 5 members to 4 members, with 2 members from each party. But that split raises real concerns of politically motivated gridlock. Senate Bill 749 provides no way to resolve tie votes on critical issues. For instance, if a county's election board can't unanimously agree on early voting sites, the question could go to the State Board of Elections. And if state board members gridlock, then default would be for the county to have just 1 early voting site with limited hours of operation. Having just 1 early voting location could force county residents to travel long distances and wait in line for hours to cast a vote. That would be catastrophic for our elections, and it would especially hurt working North Carolinians who can't afford to take time off on Election Day. Number 3. Senate Bill 749 is against the will of voters. The courts and the people of North Carolina have already rejected past attempts by legislators to meddle with the State Board of Elections. In 2018, the legislature put a constitutional amendment on the ballot to change the structure of the Board of Elections. But North Carolinians soundly reject that amendment. And so it's troubling that politicians in the legislature are defying North Carolina's voters by trying once again to force unnecessary changes on the Board of Elections. Number 4. While lawmakers consider the newly unveiled Senate Bill 749, a previously introduced anti-voter bill is also moving through the Senate. As we discussed last week, Senate Bill 747 would impose harmful restrictions on absentee voting by mail, which could especially hurt older voters and people with disabilities. The bill would also add new burdens to same-day voter registration that would especially hurt people of color and young voters who use same-day registration at higher rates. Both Senate Bill 747 and Senate Bill 749 passed the Senate Redistricting and Elections Committee on Thursday. They'll likely be heard in the Senate Rules Committee next week before going to a full vote by the Senate. If the bills pass the Senate, they'll move to the House for consideration. Number 5. Pro-democracy groups and North Carolina voters traveled to the legislature this week to speak out against the anti-voter provisions in Senate Bill 747 and Senate Bill 749.
Both changes will bind elections in ways that are costly for counties, chaotic for voters, and calamitous for our elections.
We at Common Cause NC and our voting rights partners are mobilizing thousands of North Carolinians to contact their lawmakers and speak out against these harmful bills. This is a critical moment for our democracy, and we need your voice. Visit ccnc.me/ourvotes to tell your legislators to reject these attacks on our freedom to vote. Those were 5 things you need to know about North Carolina politics this week. Find us anytime at commoncausenc.org.